I'm In with the ARCC is brought to you by StoredTech, your technology, our passion. And now, here's your host for I'm In with the ARCC, Amanda Blanton.
Welcome to I'm In with the ARCC. Thanks for joining us today. I am your host, Amanda Blanton, Vice President, Marketing and Communications for the Adirondack Regional Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm here with Ginny Brandreth. She's the office manager at Zobel and Co kitchens. Although we were just joking before the show that you're so much more than that. But, you know, she's like, what do I call myself? I'm like, well, you do so much. So office manager it is. And you're also the immediate past chair for the ARCC's Women's Business Council.
I am.
So welcome to the show, Ginny.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
This is fun.
It's so fun. And as much as I want to talk about Zobel and Co kitchens today, we are going to focus this episode on the Women's Business Council.
Absolutely.
Which I know is very near and dear to your heart. It is to mine as well. So let's kind of start with, do you remember when you first got involved with the council?
Yeah. I remember when Sherry Finkel-Murphy said, let's have coffee and I want to talk to you about this idea I have. And the first meeting was at Rachel's Spice Cafe. That was a long time ago, right?
You're taking us back,
Yeah. And and we kind of hunted around for different places to meet.
Yeah.
But it coalesced pretty quickly. And it's been very, very fun. And it is also interesting to see how the group changes because people get involved and then they move on. New people come in. It's really fun to have new people show up because they're really blown away by the first couple of meetings. And there's an educational component most of the time. Sometimes we just have fun.
Yeah.
But the group is so accepting. When somebody's new, they don't sit in a corner and just hide. You know, people just women just make a point to go up and introduce themselves or, what can I do to help you?
Yeah.
I remember when Brooke was when she first came.
Yeah.
And she's kind of a young gal and big doe eyes, and she's like, I'm just looking for a job. And about four of us took her out and was like, okay, girlfriend, we've got you.
Yeah.
We're going to find you a job.
Yeah.
And it is that kind of group where if people are having issues, they're looking for something.
Sure.
Whether if it's career-oriented or even personally-oriented, there's a network of people that are just willing to make a connection or help. So
absolutely,
and we've learned so much too. I mean, the educational components that we do are very, very informative in terms of. Sometimes it's not so much about your business, but what you can do for the community, or even knowing what's going on in our community.
Yeah,
and also
it's hard. You know, a lot of us work desk jobs, right? We're at a computer all day or on our phone all day, and we're looking to make those in-person connections.
Exactly.
And sometimes, where do you start, right? So it's these types of meetings, like the Women's Business Council. We have a nonprofit council. We have all these groups that meet. It's a way to break away from your desk, right?
Absolutely.
Get out there, meet new people. You just never know what you may be able to offer someone or what someone can offer you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we also meet in really fun places too.
Yeah.
And we've the June event at Weowaka, the retreat on Lake George.
Yep.
Even the few times it's rained, it's been fantastic.
It's still been awesome.
Yeah.
And the amount of women that show up for that from multiple chambers too. We can't forget that. It's a collaboration opportunity with other chambers, women's groups. We all get together on the shores of Lake George.
Yeah.
And rain or not, doesn't matter. Weowaka is a beautiful backdrop to any kind of gathering.
And that is a given. We're doing that every June.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We're excited for that one to come up. Absolutely. Yeah. And, one that sticks out to me, maybe because it's very recent, but was the one at the Hyde collection. And I know you missed that one.
Yeah, I was so disappointed, but I heard it was fantastic.
Yes. It was an all-women artist exhibit. Yeah. And we, as in our attendees for the meeting, got a special private tour, essentially, of the exhibit on a day the museum was closed. It was so incredible. What a very cool experience.
Yeah, opportunities like that.
Yeah.
And we've been to some really fun places. I mean, the one's coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The Lodge at Scroon Lake.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by that place.
Oh, I can't wait.
And I've been to conferences there. I'm holding a conference there. Arthur and I have gone up and just had dinner.
Yeah.
It's stunning.
It's
It really
like a
is.
magical place, truly. Yeah. So we're excited to get up there. And I think that's what's also great about this group is they're not afraid to host meetings in unique places, right?
Glamping grounds. Like Brookledge.
That's right. We went to Brookledge, and you know, at the time, it was a Girl Scouts camp, and then it turned into kind of a wedding venue, and they're since expanding, and they're going to have us again, I believe, this September.
Yeah.
So that'll be really cool.
That's a really fun one.
Yeah. So lots of good things, and you nailed the head, or hit the nail on the head, I should say, about it being welcoming, because it truly is. You know, every woman that shows up to these meetings, sometimes the first thing out of their mouth after they introduce themselves is, "Can I help you with something?" And you're just like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe." You know, like I didn't really give it any thought. So it's that camaraderie, right? That acceptance, that, you know, warm embrace, essentially, right off the bat. And then spun off of these meetings we have a book club going.
Right.
We've got other social events that kind of spin off. Lots of coffee dates.
Unofficial holiday party.
Yes.
We do some meetups. And, you know, I found I've done business with other people that I've met.
Right,
They've given business to us. And it's wonderful that when I go to a regular mixer, ARCC mixer, I know so many women there.
Right.
You know, I drag Arthur around and introduce him to all the gals. And it's just... I can't say enough for it. And I know that it's just tough for some people to make every month, and that's fine. There's no commitment that way.
Yeah.
And it's not something that it's not frowned upon if you don't show up.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
There's no expectations that you're going to be there.
There you go. Yeah. The way I like to put it is you could come to one and you could skip 4 and come to another one, and what you're going to be met with is, "Oh my gosh, where have you been?"
That's exactly it.
Not a, "Who are you?" It's like, "Oh, we haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back."
Yeah.
And you're right. You don't have to go to everyone. You know, it's one, you just pop in when you can. We get it. Everyone's busy, but I guarantee you won't regret it.
No. Always good. Always good.
Yeah.
So.
I always leave those meetings on a total high, right? Just full of energy. They're from 9 to 10 a.m., typically on the second Tuesday of the month.
Yep.
You know, various locations, but it's just great. You grab a coffee, you start chatting with people, you get to see likely some type of presentation or a panel discussion and more networking afterwards, and then you can go on with your day with this newfound energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hopefully, you know, meet some people you haven't met, and, you know, a familiar face at the next mixer, or somebody you can call on and say, you know, geez, I heard you talking about what you do, and I'd like to know more. Yeah,
absolutely. Now you just came off of the leadership crew, is what we call it. You served as our chair, so thank you so much for your service. By the way,
I tell you, the executive committee just works so well together.
Yeah.
It's not a heavy lift. It isn't.
No, it's not. It's again, you ladies are responsible for planning these meetings.
Right.
And you all do such a great job.
And you're the backbone. I mean,
well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, because there is so much behind the scenes, and we truly mean it when we say at the meetings. And this wouldn't happen without you. It would not, Amanda. It would not happen because there's just, you know, just even like organizing the location and doing the promotion and all that stuff. And I know that it's a lot of work, so we appreciate that.
I appreciate you recognizing that, but it's a true joy, truly, because when the day comes, I'm not like. I'm like, oh, I'm excited. Let's do this, you know? So I love it. I love it just as much as you ladies do. So now that you've, you know, stepped down, your immediate past chair, you're probably like, okay, great, I'll have a little more time to myself. But you are responsible for planning the annual summit event.
I am.
Which is very exciting. I know. No, it's all good. It's all good. But for those who don't know, you know, the Women's Business Council plans an annual event. We've coined it the Summit because it has a different topic every year. And it began with a succession planning topic. And I believe we did that for 2 years in a row.
Right, we did.
Because succession planning, you know, for businesses, especially in this region, is such a hot topic. We have so many family-owned businesses, right? small to medium-sized businesses that may not be sure of their next steps, when the owner decides to step down, retire, whatever.
Right.
So that was a huge topic for 2 years in a row.
Right.
Really cool. We were so grateful to be able to fill the room and get panelists that could provide expertise from all areas, right?
Yeah.
And then we moved on to diversity in the workforce.
We did, yeah.
That was a really good one.
Yep.
My eyes and mind were open to so many things during that conversation. Probably also because I'm kind of in the middle, right, of the workforce. There's people older than me in the workforce and people younger than me. So I was just sitting there like, I had no idea about half of these things, right? And also we're living in a time where there's more generations in the workforce than there ever has been.
Exactly.
It's so fascinating.
It is.
Because people won't retire.
That's true.
And I'm sorry, I laugh because I know some of these people. They won't retire. And then there's young adults who are just chomping at the bit to get into the workforce. So they're jumping in earlier. I mean, some businesses are able to hire 14 and 15-year-olds, you know? It's crazy. I wasn't thinking about working at that age, but just good for them,
But every age group thinks differently, talks differently, receives and gives information differently. And it's a huge challenge. So, and I remember there was an info graphic that was handed out that day. I still have it on my desk.
You do?
And I use it in some of the organizations that my side hustles.
Yeah.
Because, particularly because this one organization is a lot of people older than me, even. Yeah. And we're trying to get younger generations involved, and they're like, we need to print this out. Like, that generation doesn't look at paper,
right? We're not printing that.
No, we're not printing. No, but so that was a really great topic.
Yeah,
you're right.
It really was. It really was. And before we get into the topic for this year's, we're going to take a quick break because we're going to spend the second half of the show talking all about it.
Perfect.
So we'll be right back on I'm In with the ARCC.
Hi, my name is David Cohen. As a project engineer at StoreTech, I focus on upgrading and improving technology that businesses rely on to be efficient and eliminate boundaries to productivity. What's different about StoreTech is the dedication to their customers and down-to-earth approach to IT. Our only agenda is to make life easier for you and your employees and allow you to focus on what's important. It's a true pleasure to be a part of StoreTech. I leave work with a real sense of pride knowing I'm part of such a wonderful team of enthusiastic people with unmatched knowledge and experience. Call us today at 518-793-1111 and see how our team can elevate your business to the next level.
And now, back to I'm In with the ARCC. Here's your host, Amanda Blanton.
And we're back. Thanks again for tuning in to I'm In with the ARCC, sponsored by StoreTech, your technology, our passion. And I'm here with Ginny Brandreth from Zobel and Co Kitchens, also the past chair of the ARCC Women's Business Council. And we're going to talk about this year's summit event.
Summit.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
So I kind of almost feel like this is in relation to, diversity in the workforce as well.
A little bit.
Because,
So it's about AI.
Yeah. And
right?
So tell us how you came to this, because, it's a hot topic. But
yeah, it is. And pretty much you can't get out of bed and exist during the day without hearing AI or without using it.
Yeah.
And that is really sort of the stunning part of this that we're going to get into is whether you know it or not, you've been using AI for quite a while.
Yeah.
And it is everywhere.
Yeah.
And so now what you're hearing about on a daily basis is how to use it productively.
Yes.
And there's an explosion of AI tools. And as a business owner, I hear about it, but I really don't know, and I think we've all heard ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini, and maybe you've heard of Perplexity. But what are all these different tools and how am I going to use them? I'm not a techie person.
Right.
I have listened to webinars and gone to seminars where it was really sort of enterprise class based. So it was for real kind of larger corporations or larger users, and I just got lost in it.
Yeah.
And I want to start. I was like, how do we do this? How do we use it in a a small way. And then I started talking to other people, and they're the same way, you know. And it may be generational, right? It may be like, I'm still used to using, Excel.
Right.
You know?
There's nothing wrong with Excel.
And taking hours to create a spreadsheet when now I hear, I can just put in about 4 or 5 different prompts, and it'll be done in literally nanoseconds.
Crazy, right?
And talking to a couple people how they use it, I was like, you use AI for bookkeeping? Yes, I know that Quicken and QuickBooks have, and whatever other software is AI baked into it.
Right.
But there's also ways to use AI to go in and help you see your mistakes that you're making with bookkeeping, or give you ideas of how to do things better, faster, even with outside of QuickBooks, for instance. So that was great. So that was where I came up with this, like, there's got to be a lot of people like me who either know a little bit and want to take it to the next level, or maybe haven't tried anything and don't know where to start. So let's bring some experts together that can give us some ideas, like, here are the platforms, here's their best use case. Here's some examples. And if you want to get to the next level, you then try it for this or try this other tool. So that's why I picked that topic. And with your help, we were able to identify some people that are just talking to them blows my mind. I want to know more. And Chuck
Cook-Aspire,
they have a great energy and lots and lots of expertise using it with their clients. And to do websites and do social engagement. And boy, are they fired up.
I'm so excited. Chuck's great. They're always learning, and that's what I love about Chuck so much. And they have such an impressive resume. I don't know if you kind of took a deep dive there.
For Chuck being as young as they are, being to have that much depth is,
I know.
And you can tell he's just churning.
Yes.
And when you talk to them, they are talking about, this year I'm using these gardening techniques. They're all AI based.
Isn't that crazy? I know. It's not just for business.
Right.
It could be for all kinds of things. So.
And then Greg Shanice is another one. And Greg has been putting on AI conferences and summits for years now. All across the state.
Early adopter for sure.
Very early adopter. And he's going to tell us a lot about the history of AI.
Oh, cool.
Where we've been using it that we didn't know it.
Right.
Where we're using it today that we do know it. Where we're going to be using it in the future that we don't know about yet. And, what's interesting is this isn't a regulated tool. And so where are the guardrails on it? And, to some extent, my impression is the guardrails are self-selected.
Oh, boy.
But you know what? So not to be afraid of it, how can you use it? Because I tell you, I already see this. If I'm not learning about it and using it, I am left in the dark ages because everybody around me, my competition and others, are using AI.
Absolutely.
And doing it well.
There's definitely a shift. I actually just recently heard about a business who has now dedicated an entire department to AI.
I'm sure.
And I was like, I had no idea. And they're like, well, it's still in development, but that's what we're hiring for now.
Sure.
So you want to talk about getting left in the dark, getting left in the dust. This is what businesses are looking for, even when hiring and growing their teams.
Right.
Are people that are well-versed in AI, so
now we need to, there's many of us, raise my hand, need to start to get educated in AI so we can start keeping up. So this is going to be a great opportunity to learn about those platforms. And then we have Kate from Advocate, Kate Austin. Who, personally, because my career is in marketing too, I love to hear about how she's using it. And I'm, this is kind of I would say, not a threat to her business, it's a challenge to her business and her industry, right? Because personally, I use AI for a lot of my marketing. So I don't need a copywriter for many things. Or I don't need the graphic designer because I can work with Canva, which is all AI driven. But how do you keep your brand and your voice and those things that make you unique? different while still using AI.
Right.
So that's
right.
where I think Kate is really going to give us.
She'll bring a great perspective to that. And Kate works with a lot of nonprofits too, which running a nonprofit is a totally different experience than running a business, but also similar too. And I'm sure there are nonprofits that are getting on board with using AI, and she can use those tools to help them, being her clients, right? So it's a crazy small world and big world at the same time.
It is.
But great job choosing the panelists too. I know we kind of worked on it together, but
you were a huge help because these are exactly the people that I wanted.
Yes,
and trying to figure that out. Where are they? Which rock do I look under?
Absolutely, And the goal is, because this entire event is 2 hours long, an hour and a half really dedicated to the panel. But the idea is to get people thinking, right? And to get people to seek out these resources.
Right. And I want people to walk away and say, I learned at least one or two AI tools that I'm going to start using tomorrow.
There you go.
Or that I'm going to start using better, or with more depth.
Absolutely.
So and I just started doing some stuff with databases with Claude yesterday. I'm like, this is crazy how good and quick it is, because it just took a project that probably would have taken an hour at least for me down to literally 30 seconds.
Right.
So it's about working smarter and maybe making more time for yourself in the day, because you're not working on a project that normally would take an hour.
Absolutely. And, as we near the time of year when the weather is going to get nicer and we want to spend more time outdoors, I would enjoy some more free time. So I think this is perfect timing for this event as well.
And I guarantee people are going to leave and say, okay, now I want to find out more.
Yeah. And that's the goal.
I want to look deeper. I'm going to practice and play with this one, but I want more because I can see the efficiencies.
Absolutely.
And the accuracies. And AI is it's a tool. So if you put bad information in, you're going to get bad information out. For the most part, it might correct you.
It's not a wizard.
It's not a wizard, right? So, but I just feel that work smarter, not harder, is really what AI brings to the table.
Sure.
For all of us.
Absolutely.
Business, professionally, at home, socially.
Yeah. And whether you're an entrepreneur or you have 50 employees or you're a nonprofit organization doing the good work, there are tools out there for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we can't wait to hear all about it. Now we got to talk about when and where, right? That's important.
It's coming up. It's May 6th.
It is. Yeah. Wednesday, May 6th from 10 a.m. till noon.
Right. At the Queensbury.
No, at the SUNY Adirondack. No, you're fine. Queensbury is a great location.
No, I know. I don't know why that popped into my head, because previous ones were there. But and I got to tell you, one of the reasons I asked you if we could have it there is because they have such a great audio visual setup.
Yes.
So folks, if you have not been at the Northwest Bay Conference Center at SUNY Adirondack, this is your opportunity to understand.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful facility, and it is actually set up for this type of topic.
Those giant, screens that come out from the ceiling, the projectors and everything. It's going to be a perfect backdrop for this event.
Yep.
Plenty of space.
And I can tell you, having presented in that, what's really cool is because there's a mirror screen on the back of the room. So as a presenter, you're not having to crane your neck and take a look at what people are seeing. You can see it. And you look really professional that way.
Yeah, and they thought of everything when they designed that space. I mean, I remember years ago, before that space even existed, and I heard about construction, and we went and checked it out, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so incredible for this community.
Yeah.
And here we are. We're going to have an event there. So,
Yeah. So come, bring your business cards.
Oh, yeah.
Bring an open mind.
Absolutely.
Have an appetite to learn, because you're going to learn a lot.
Yeah. And any additional information you need will be found on the Chamber's website.
Perfect.
At AdirondackChamber.org. Registration is open, and please know that this event is open to everyone.
Absolutely. Not just the women's
not
business
just ladies. Even though it's being held by the Women's Business Council, it is open to everyone to attend. We don't want anyone missing out on this incredible content. So, please check it out.
I definitely, there's everybody's going to walk away learning something.
That's wonderful. Well, Ginny, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
I
thank you
appreciate
for having me.
You chatting with me and, and talking about the Women's Business Council. I remember Sherry Finkel-Murphy said it so well that a rising tide lifts all boats.
Absolutely.
And it is one of those things that we think of and probably recite in our own minds every time we get together.
It's true.
And it's applicable for this event as well.
Right.
Let's all get together and learn, and we can take our businesses and this community to a whole new level.
It's going to be great.
Yeah,
it's going to be
awesome.
fun.
Well, thank you so much, Ginny.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you there. It's going to be fun.
Cool. All right. And that's all the time we have for today on I'm In with the ARCC. Be sure to tune in next week.